Welcome back to Grim Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. I come bearing good news. It appears we've had a major update today, and it's early, which is always nice. With it comes Second Act, Chapter 3, which I have yet to get to myself, but I'm very excited. Comes with the new reputation window, which is ushering in the new reputation system that they've got going on, with the full fleshing out of the reputation system coming next month, or next update, not next month. And they have also added in a simpler way to select your characters for everybody who, loves to have multiple characters. I suffer from alt-itis in most of my games. And let's continue on where we left off, which was, if I remember correctly, was nowhere. I don't think I even got barely anywhere last time. I believe I just went on a tyrant about Peter Monaloo, which some may see it as unfair, or just another person getting in and kicking a man while he's down. But what can I say? I don't like the guy. I mean, I respect him. He's a peer in the industry. He's great ideas, lots of great ideas, just not fleshing them out. But regardless, maybe it's a little too much for me to call him a liar and stuff like that, because the more I looked into it, the more I thought that, yes, is it lying if he honestly believes what he's saying? I don't know, but that's where I'll leave it. As for Grim Dawn, well, I didn't mean to click on Mr. Bourbon. I would like to show you the new faction window, and with it comes the 3 factions that I've known, and it has in its descriptions, it has a nice little story, and basically describes on what kind of faction you're dealing with, your hostility or friendliness if you were friendly with them. And it also shows things that you'll achieve as you go up in their respected, or upwards in their faction ranking, and it'll unlock new stuff. Apparently, it won't show me anything beyond what my very next one is, but it also tells me exactly how to get more reputation with this faction. It's very clear, it's very cut, there is no misunderstanding of what you're dealing with when you look at this, and I like that. No room for misinterpretation. So let's actually try and do a quest this time, as well as talk about what's going on in the gaming industry, or games in general, or just things in general. I will attempt to do the Burnwitch Estate mission where I find Kasparov's apprentice. Some nice gory scenery, always good to set the tone. Now with this came some animation tweaks, or additions for certain moves on a different one of the classes. Unfortunately, this character does not share that class in the 2 that I've chosen, so I won't really be able to show it to you. I believe it's the engineer, or whatever that one's name is. I should have been more professional and actually looked it up. Now, what I am already noticing that's new since the last time I played this game is that it looks like they've been working on some of the blood textures, because this is a lot better. Before, if you check my previous videos, just a glance, you'll notice that the blood stains had like this neon glow about them, and it was just weird looking every time I saw it. And I'm glad that they fixed that. They realized that, hey, you know, it's a gory game. If the blood doesn't look right, it's just gonna look like goofy shit. And I don't see, so far I haven't seen anything too comical about the tone of this game, which, you know, is alright. But there is something off screen just whooping my ass. A level. I guess I guess I'm full of crap in more ways than one. Let's move this up a little bit. Well, actually, I believe there is a button here. Yep, inventory auto sort. These are always a godsend in any of these types of loot games where, pow, look at that. Now I can fit shit. Combined, now I can fit more shit. I mean, that's just nice. If you don't like it one way, try it another. Click it a bunch of times and it just saves a bunch of time. I have a problem with having to move individual loot every single time. I mean, some people really like that level of management with your loot, trying to play Tetris as a side game, but if I want to play a Tetris game, I'll play a Tetris game. I don't want my loot to be a Tetris game. And it's weird because we got games of this genre coming out still, some of the more popular ones where you have no auto loot function and you have to sit there with pages of stash items and all that nonsense and just sit there and move it around and organize it. The only thing it actually does for me is remind me of all the garbage I keep in my stash. As far as gaming news, I know everybody loves my gaming news opinions. The Order is a thing. I don't have a PS4, and I have not had a chance to play the game, so I really can't say if it's fun or not. That's very debated, it seems. Some people really enjoy the combat, some people really hate it. But the one thing everybody seems to agree on is the length of the game, and unfortunately it's not a very long game. A very interesting idea, but not a very long game. And that's a shame, because I like the look of it, I like the idea of it. I mean, it looked like, you know, like a steampunk, which I'm sure, yeah, it's like this steampunk Victorian age science monster hunt. With you know, like an XCOM for monsters type of organization. Whether that's what it actually plays up to, I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't played the game. I've watched a few, you know, Let's Plays and this and that of a little bit here and there. And I've listened to the more popular YouTubers and reviewers talk about it. And it's just a crying shame. Because, while I'd like to take the morally high road and say that a game's length should not equate into its, you know, value, but having morals apparently costs money, and standing up for your morals apparently costs even more money. And I'm broke, so I have to lay right down and say that a 6-hour game at $60 is not good. Not good. I mean, I want to say that if it's 6 hours of pure enjoyment, that yeah, but even if it's a great game at 6 hours long for $60, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, if it's if the combat looks tight, it's your basic cover-based combat from the looks of it. But it looks tight. It looks responsive. It looks very good. I mean, we can always talk about the black bars and how they managed to cheat a little bit using the black bars with their cinematic experience. But it still looked pretty. It's just, what can I say? Maybe when it's cheaper, because games like this, I mean, I'm sure if you go out, even though this game just came out a few days ago, I'm sure if you go out to your local game store, you can commit the sin of buying a used copy. Which, like I said, some people, they don't want to do that because they don't want to cut the developers or, the people who made the game out of getting money. But standing up for your morals costs, and some of us can't afford to do that. Shit. If people could afford to stand up for your morals, or their morals, then I assume places like Walmart would be out of business.